Well, this conference welcomes county officials from all across the state, from Western New York Capital District, the Southern Tier, North Country, Long Island, Hudson Valley, all over New York State, county executives, county legislators, county and town officials convene at this conference. It's really a unique opportunity to interact with municipal officials in a bipartisan manner. There is no other forum that allows this to happen with local government officials in a bipartisan manner, sitting down, training each other on best practices, what's working in their communities, and helping each other provide the best services at the lowest tax burden that they can have for the public.
There are about 700 of us here gathered to evaluate some of the changes that are coming from the governor's proposed executive budget and learn about the policy changes and how they might affect taxpayers back home. Everything that the state is doing has an impact on county governments because we have so many places where we interact and programs that we deliver on their behalf.
Just coming here and meeting with people and collaborating with them, hearing what they're doing in their county. We all share some of the same issues throughout the state, and just hearing from experienced people who have dealt with those issues and have worked on them for years, just trying to collaborate and get different ideas from them.
You use these conferences as an opportunity to meet with fellow county leaders from across New York State, hear what they're doing, take the best practices that they're doing in their communities and bringing it back home to my county and Erie County and the Buffalo, New York area. And then, of course, use the opportunity to go over to Capitol Hill, talk to the folks at the New York State Capitol, the Assembly, Senate, and the governor's office, and let them know what matters to us and to hear back from them on the issues that they're working on in our community.
I was a legislator for 5 years. This is my 8th year as county executive, and NYSAC, I tell all of the legislators, the new ones and ones that have served for a while, that this should be mandated. And I hate to use that word, but NYSAC should be a mandate. The legislators should come and participate. It's so valuable, really, on all the challenges at this conference and then the one again in the fall, because things are shifting and changing every day, the challenges that we're all facing. So I think it's very important that everyone participate.
This has always been a great conference now, and I see we have a lot of new county legislators here, which is great because there's a lot you can learn. 2.5 days is barely enough, but over the years I've been coming here, I've learned a tremendous amount about county government.
I think these conferences give an opportunity to interact on the topics that are really facing us as county leaders, and to learn from one another and to learn about the specific policies that come down from Albany and or Washington, D.C., so that we can advocate best for our constituents.
I never miss a NYSAC conference. There's nothing better than to be with my colleagues, with my peers from throughout New York State. We always learn something from each other.
It's a learning experience for us, and it's also a way to kind of converse with other elected officials around the state to kind of get ideas on what they're doing best.
If you look at the agenda at the NYSAC conference, it's amazing. It's domestic policy A to Z. We are dealing with everything from the trade tariff impact on recycling and solid waste to issues like gambling and what's that going to do for county governments, to the potential impact of legalizing marijuana. What will that do for the health and human services and public safety work of counties, to transportation? It's just across the board. And what it shows is that county government is an incredibly complex level of government dealing with all the domestic policy issues across the spectrum.
So there's no other field that is more rigorous and more challenging but more rewarding. So I would say this is the field, if you want to be an elected official, that you can make the biggest difference in your community and help the most people.
They can look us up on the website at www.nysac.org.